All right.
Okay, hello.
What's up,
How's it
everybody?
going?
Yeah. Um, yeah, this is me and emailed Anthrax again. We're going to be talking about more batch of characters in the realm of typology and everything. So, we 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 have some characters we want to discuss, and I'll let emailed Anthrax start off the list and get us going with this talk. Round two.
Okay, let me see now. The first one on the list, I believe, was Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
Okay. I did a quick soft typing of Anakin Skywalker. And from what I can tell, his character being, it was an ENTP. This was actually discussed about with the CSJ channel, blah blah blah, but he had also gotten the same type. Now, I don't quite know what that would mean on such places as Personality Database or any other place, but yeah, off of a straight typing, that's what I've gotten from him.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and stream on my end through the voice chat too, so you can see what I'm. Because I pulled up PDB real quick so we could look at Anakin.
Yeah.
Sky, yeah. So this is as it stands what PDB says for him.
Yeah.
ESFP, 6 Wing 7, SEE, all that good stuff. And you're saying that you
Hmm.
see him more as an ENTP rather.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know that much about MBTI, but I mean, I think I understand what you're saying by that.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Now, the thing with ENTPs is they will often express the ESFP side of themselves when they are not super healthy, or they're entering like a bad mental state. They will often enter an ESFP side of their mind,
Yeah.
which can be expressed in that way, which could be what people are measuring when they're actually typing him. I wouldn't be able to say for certain.
Yeah. I guess we can find one of these videos to kind of I don't know. Did you happen to watch any specific one earlier that maybe made
Uh,
you think this so we could go through it together?
no, we can pick up any video. I don't think it really matters. The character should, if the character's written well, it should come off the same regardless.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Let me see. Um, we'll just see if this is any good.
He has long been stand in the way of peace.
Nah, I don't like how I just want a straight up scene. Um, maybe this one. Yeah, this is actually should be a good scene. Alright, so yeah, and I'm gonna kind of watch because I more or less want to hear your commentary on this one specifically because I think last time we did it, I kind of was talking all about Light Yagami, so I want to give you more time to talk about this. So I'll kind of sit back and just pay attention. So obviously, for everybody watching, just quick, is this is his like kind of wife character. If nobody's
yeah.
seen this.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, by the way, something crazy happens.
You cannot win. I have the high ground.
Yeah.
I saw your ship. What are you doing out here?
I was so worried about you. Obi-Wan told me terrible things.
What things?
He said you turned to the dark side. That you killed younglings.
Obi-Wan is trying to turn you against me.
He cares about us.
Us.
He knows. He wants to help you. Anakin, all I want is your love.
Love won't save you, Padme. Only my new powers can do that.
At what cost? You're a good person. Don't do this.
I won't lose you the way I lost my mother. I am becoming more powerful than any Jedi has ever dreamed of. And I'm doing it for you. To protect you.
Come away with me. Help me raise our child. Leave everything else behind while we still can.
Don't you see? We don't have to run away anymore. I have brought peace to the Republic. I am more powerful than the Chancellor.
A lot of
I
I
can
statement.
overthrow him.
Yeah.
And together, you and I can rule the galaxy. Make things the way we want them to be.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe
Yeah.
it. Obi-Wan was right. You've changed.
Yeah,
I
the
don't wanna hear
statement,
any
kind
more
of
about
the we
Obi-Wan.
right there,
The Jedi
kind of
turned
tells me that
against
he's
me.
looking
Don't you turn
to
against me.
include her
No, you ain't.
in that vision because that's something that they would both want. You know.
Breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow.
Because of Obi-Wan.
Because of what you've done. What you plan to do. Stop. Stop now. Come back. I love you.
Liar!
No.
You're with him! You brought him here to kill me!
No.
Let her go, Anakin! Let her go! You turned her against me!
You have done that yourself.
You will not take her from me!
Your anger and your lust for power have already done that. You have allowed this Dark Lord to twist your mind until now you have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Don't lecture me, Obi-Wan. I see through the lies of the Jedi. I do not fear the dark side as you do.
I see through the lies of kind of abstract statement where he's saying that he sees what the truth is.
My new
So,
empire. Your new
so
empire?
that's pretty much kind of where
Don't make
T.I.
me
would go
kill
with that
you.
kind of thing.
Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy!
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
You will try.
So yeah, obviously.
That was a very Annie statement. You will try.
But I guess where I will say I stand on the I guess where I say I'll stand on the character is the episode we did before this one I disagreed with PTV very much so, but on this one I agree with them 100%. At least in the Socionics landscape, I think without a doubt he's an SEE. I've seen people argue other things. But really, he's like so unbelievably SEE in a lot of ways that I see, quite frankly. We talk, I've had discussions with people that define TI as not just the structure of things in your mind and the propensity to do that, but also kind of it aligns with adhering to a certain set of principles.
Okay.
Yeah, at least being TI valuing, and I just think that at least he doesn't seem very TI valuing, quite frankly. In the entire Star Wars, he pretty much, he has his people that he loves, but he doesn't have any, like when he is indoctrinated within the Jedi and everything, he often does pretty much everything in his power to stray away from this set of like rules, and he sees himself as different. He's always been like different, so I think that kills kind of any sort of the more aristocratic quadras. I don't think he could be in there, quite frankly. Alpha, it just would be kind of a stretch. So then you go to Gamma. I could see ESI argument too, but probably not LIE and ILI and SEE. I mean, it just makes sense. He ends up killing a bunch of people and basically saying that I am going to do everything in my power to stop my wife from dying, no matter what the cost, because he loves her. So
No, I understand that. That's overall arcing towards the ESFP archetype. Um, what I'm seeing in his words, though, is slightly different from what you're necessarily jumping towards with the actual conclusion of the socionics perspective. You
yeah,
know, and I think part of the whole thing is we're looking at things from two clearly different systems, right?
for sure. Yeah,
Um, but at the same time, each of these systems is supposed to be measuring the same effect within reality, right?
yeah,
So we're
yeah,
kind of hitting on that point where
sure.
we're looking at opposite ends at the same thing,
Yeah,
you know? So now that's part of what I really wanted to do in Psychology Land was come together with all these different takes, these different aspects, and come to a better understanding of why we're looking at the same thing, yet seeing it from two different sides.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point. So you're saying kind of
Yeah.
like could there be flaw in either system, and really we would just want to find the truth regardless of the system, and
Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I like that.
You
Yeah,
know? Yeah. Yeah. And that's the major goal that I have. That's like the
I love
one.
that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the take, man. That's the whole take on that one.
Yeah. So maybe we could identify like maybe what are like 2 or 3 things that try not to use any typology terminology, but what are 3 things that we can kind of unanimously agree on that he does? Like we could just say, let's pretend we're like 12 or 13-year-olds talking about a character we like and saying what they do good or bad. We wouldn't know any or NISE. We would just be like, yeah, he's really good at this or really terrible at this.
Mm, I would say he's kind of a person that wants to fulfill things, but at the same time, he wants to be more distinguished from what he's doing from everybody else because he's
Yeah.
not necessarily feeling like he is with everybody else on the same page.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's doing all these things around him, and he sees what they're doing, but it's like he figures he knows better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's going to make the moves that he thinks are going to be the ones to get to the final conclusion, the right perspective at the end of it.
Yeah, definitely. Um,
So
and I don't think we should go far on this because it's kind of more of a like theoretical, philosophical, whatever debate about typology specifically. But then there's
yeah,
people that look at Darth Vader, which is the character he turns into or is the same character. He
yeah,
gets typed like LSI.
which I have not typed Darth Vader, which is an interesting thing because it's supposedly the same character, but we're looking at the same character from different timelines,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And it's played by different actors, so the
Uh-huh.
expressions are going to be different, possibly. And we're not necessarily going to be looking at the exact same thing anymore.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I definitely think we should cover Darth Vader sometime in the future, though, because I would like to see the contrast between the characters.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who is somebody? Okay, so I'm looking at the list now. Um, we have Jordan Belfort, Michael Jackson, a couple others. Do you see any of these that stick out to you? Because I'm thinking we could do like another person and then another person, then kind of like do a broad over topic, and then we could wrap it up. Unless you want to do all of them, I'm fine either way. But I think 3 would probably be good.
Well, I'm not quite sure about anybody's opinions on Jordan Belfort, but
Okay.
um, from him, I did get ENTP as well, just from his expressivism.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we could take a
So
look at him. Let's see.
Okay.
And do you want to look at the real life person, or do you want to look at like the Wolf of Wall Street movie, the Leonardo DiCaprio?
Let's take a look at the real life person.
Okay. Good.
Let's
I
go
like
with that guy.
that one's better.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and I dropped out, straight away, and then went back a few months later, moved back in with my.
okay, so let's find one where he's talking a little bit like shorter about probably some sort of a. This one might be a good quick one. Then we could watch another quick one.
To me, they have very little credibility right now. I've been trying to settle this thing for years, and they've essentially stonewalled me at every step. So I've said enough about this. Let's move on.
Let me ask you this
No,
one
let's
thing.
move on,
then.
okay? Honestly, I'm ready. I'm not going to get attacked here. You're here, so I'm done with this. Next.
I'm not attacking you.
No, but honestly,
I'm just.
you're a very nice woman, but you're starting to get to the point. It's obviously just a hatchet shop here. So I'm kind of pretty much ready to move on.
There's nothing hatchet about it.
Well, to me there is.
Well, the last thing is that apparently you have an oral contract with your management, the Fordham Company. Is that an attempt to hide your income?
Next question.
I think the peanut gallery is going to start chiming really quickly. We've been audited.
I think you can air what you want here out of this interview. It's done.
Why can't-
Oh my
why can't
God, you got a lot of nerve, boy. I'll tell you. Honestly, really. Honestly.
Why
really,
can't I
that is
ask
just
these
honestly.
questions?
And I was told this was a friendly, nice interview, and no one has ever treated me as disrespectfully as you have. Really. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Let's give it a whirl.
Eventually, a still displeased but more composed Jordan Belford returned to finish the interview. What is your one greatest
You just
regret?
got kind of irate over that one.
My greatest regrets for sure is losing people money. Absolutely. If I could have done. If people say, "Would you change anything?" I said, "I just wouldn't lose people money."
What would you say to the victims?
Wow. Well, first, of course, I'm sorry for what happened, and that not a day goes by in my own life where, I in some way don't pay for it. And if you look at other people in my position, I'm the only one who, over the long term, has been paying back investors. So, and I'm proud of that. And, my goal one day would be to pay back all the money. Can I? I hope so. No guarantees.
Okay.
That's an interesting. he's an interesting guy to me right there.
Yeah. I'll start off by saying, because I've always thought that he's a certain type too. Goodness, wait a minute. Yeah, honestly, with him, I always thought that he was a certain type, and I still stand by that. But I'm sort of seeing it from a different angle too, and wondering if he is perhaps, because I think he is TI polar, and I think he's TE valuing. I think he is probably SEE, but I could see a case for IEE. And of course, this would be the ESFP and MBTI for SEE, the ENFP, I believe, for MBTI in comparison to the IEE.
I see. Huh. Okay. Well, let me think now. Based on just core expressionism, just based off that, there is a lot of how he's gone through to check people's information, more or less, to say that what you think you're entitled to, you're not entitled to. It was a very respect expressionist origin from what he was going off on, right? So, what she had said had pretty much triggered him.
Yes,
like
definitely.
She's not allowed to ask this question because this question violates my own core ideology, right? For whatever reason. But I mean, again, I think that that's more of an expression of him fulfilling himself through his superego. Okay,
Okay.
which is something that is extremely important to individuals to fulfill themselves through the superego, as it is the ultimate expression of what they're attempting to become in their life. You know, like for me, it's all about sorting the facts and the information to get to the ultimate truth. So, and I've typed myself, and have been typed by others as an INFJ, right? So, uh, how that expresses into socionics, though, you might very well have a different type for me, which is perfectly fine. It's perfectly suitable, you know. Um, so, how we get to that particular conclusion on things, um, the separation is again where I'm trying to parse out what is true and what is possible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wait, so the INFJ, what would that be in socionics again?
Let me think.
The INFJ. That would be the EII.
I believe it's either the EII or the IEI, one of the two.
I don't think would be. Wait, let's just check. Okay, so you said INFJ.
It would be it should be IEI from that particular resource, but
Yeah, that's why it's weird.
yeah.
I've heard too the IEI. Some say that's this, and some say it's this in MBTI. Again, on Wiki Socion, it says INFJ is EII. And it's just because of the whole this, and I guess the way they socionics people would say it's the same, but there might be something different.
For socionics, from what I've learned, it is when you go INF little j, that's actually supposed to be flipped to a P.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I'll have to do some research on that, but yeah.
So that was what I had learned from going through socionics myself.
Mhm.
So yeah. So, but that's part of where I see people get tripped up over things like, oh, I'm an INFJ, or I'm a INFP, and then
Yeah.
people get that confused with the other, but they're totally not the same types at all.
You should type me. We should type each other at some point. I'm curious to see what I would make of you, and vice versa. Do you? So you self type as INFJ right now, right?
Yes. Also based on how the cognitive origin of how the life path of the individual is actually set up and where it goes.
Yeah.
Because the life path seems to be one of the best ways to determine exactly what you're looking at when you look at the history of a person in comparison to the type.
Okay. Yeah. I self-type as right now. I think I told you last time, but like we're kind of between SLE and EIE and SEE. I think SEE is most likely for me, so I guess that would be the ESFP. But pretty much everybody says they think that would be ESTP. So I don't know if that's possible.
Or the ENFJ, was that possible as well?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, ENFJ.
Yeah.
We've got ENFJ, ENTJ, ESFP, and ESTP. I've heard all of these.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the E was the one I don't think is the case. The ESFJ. Yeah, that one I don't really think.
Yeah, I've gotten plenty of people who have type me weird things as well. So I've had people type me ESFJ or something weird. So
yeah, ENFP.
I've even had somebody type me ESFP, which wow. I'm like, I'm not an SEE. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So
sorry.
Yeah.
So what do you think Jordan Belfort would be?
I'm still going to stick with what I've estimated before, which is the ENTP.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'll have to brush up on MBTI so I can kind of more cohesively say yes or no where I stand. in
Oh,
regards to that.
we can go through this stuff together, and then I can explain how
Yeah.
I'm getting to my conclusions, and then you can explain how you get to yours, and then we can come to a better understanding, right?
Yeah, we could try that, or get, because I already said that I think he's SEE, so that's, I mean, I think what PDB says, I think that makes sense in a way. It says he'd be the ESTP, but SEE, I could see that, but I guess we could do one more character and kind of organically do it from the two separate approaches and see what's going on there.
Okay.
So let's see. We have that one. Alright. Honestly, let's actually, you want to do the last one? The Rick Grimes? Because neither of us have done this one yet.
The Rick Grimes. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if we can type him out and see exactly what we're getting for him.
Yeah.
I'll have to walk through him quite a bit, a little bit more.
That's
so,
fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, this is actually, okay, so we might could just watch a little bit, because this looks like it's a longer video. So,
You know what this is.
Perfect.
yeah, okay, so good. It's not like a guy talking over it, it'll just show a straight up progression of the character.
You know what this is.
So this will be good. And just say to pause if you want to talk over it, because, 20 minutes is a long time, but...
Dispatch said there was 2 suspects, right? Yes, there was. The third man changed everything, didn't he?
Okay.
No. He's hurt! You look at me, you stay with me, you hear me? Shh, okay. I'm right here with you, stay with me, you hear me? Shh, that's it, you hear me? Shh, okay. I woke up today in the hospital. Came home, that's all I know. But you know about the dead people, right? Yeah, I saw a lot of that. Out on the loading dock, hauling trucks. No, not the ones they put down. The ones they didn't. The walkers.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, because this looks like just exposition.
Like I've been ripped out of my life.
Yeah. Is that him expositing, though?
That was another character at that point, so
Okay.
we'll kind of go to here at least.
Burns you out.
Okay.
But then after a while, you come back. All I am anymore is a man looking for his wife and son. Anybody gets in the way of that's gonna lose. I felt like I've been ripped out of my life and put somewhere else. We're heading to the CDC. If there's anything left, it's got to be there, don't you think? Don't know. How can you not know?
Everything went down. Communications, directives, all of it. I've been in the dark for almost a month.
So it's not just here. There's nothing left anywhere. Nothing.
The CDC was a dead end. We're moving on. Atlanta's done. We're facing a long, hard journey. Maybe even harder than I can imagine.
No! Is that why I got out of that hospital? Found my family for it to end here like this is some kind of sick joke. Stop it. Little girl goes missing. You look for her, it's plain and simple.
There is no hope. And you know it now. Like I do.
We don't kill the living.
This guy.
You killed the living to protect what's yours? Jake thinks I'm his. He thinks the baby's his. He's dangerous, Rick, and he won't stop.
I'm not the good guy anymore.
I'm a better father than you, Rick. I'm better for Lord than you, man. Since I'm a better man than you, Rick, cause I can be here and I'll fight for it. But you come back here and you just destroy everything. There is still a way back from this. Nothing has happened here. Damn you, making me do this. This is you. There's got to be a place now, not just where we hole up, but we fortify. I know it's out there. We just have to find it. Shit happens. You better run.
Rick's become cold, unsteady. That's his reason.
I sat there, holding that phone, knowing that I would never see her again.
I was gonna keep you alive. I couldn't put it back together.
You once said this isn't a democracy. Now you have to own up to it.
Failing to see the devil beside you. Oh, I see him already. I told you I'm the leader.
You're the damn drunk. You knocked over my fence and ripped up my yard.
Okay, so yeah, do you get any sort of indicators or anything from that?
From that, it looks like he's kind of a background type, from what I can see. He appears to be concrete. And the fact that he made that statement, I'm not a good guy anymore, it seems to be like a very affiliative / FI critic kind of statement. So I would dare say that he appears to be an ISFJ so far, from what I can see.
ISFJ, wait a minute. Okay, so you are saying that he would be like an ESI, essentially?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's actually, if that's what you're saying. From what I see right now, and kind of just me have thought about the character and prior occurrences, I think he's very ESI too, or ISFJ, at least from what I see. I mean, yeah?
Oh, ESI, wait a second. It would be, I remember this, it's got to be flipped for that, so
okay.
SEI.
Oh, okay. Okay,
that's
so that,
where I'd be going.
Yeah, it's a
now
little different.
We're getting somewhere, we're getting close, because we're ending up on the same sort of type from where I can see from the super ego and how they reflect off of each other.
Yeah.
You know, but it looks like we're actually getting somewhere with it, just based on that. So that's kind of like a weird thing that we're getting with this character, which is interesting.
We can compare
because that means we're looking at a similar thing, but we're kind of not quite getting on the same page because we're not seeing the ego at the same time necessarily.
Yeah. Okay, so this is like at least what Socionics, or we'll go with ESI first. What Socionics would suggest is that his strongest, most utilized thing would be FI, which we can look up what FI means. I'll even pull up this thingy real quick. Okay. So yeah, this is more or less FI is going to have to do with this stuff. So this is saying above all else, this is what the character of Rick Grimes would do if he is to be ESI. And then this one is going to have the same dimensionality but not valued. So it doesn't view this as quite as important. Then this one is going to be 3D. So like this to me, his FI shows very much, and so is his SE is both valued and strong.
Yes, and I would agree that his FI and SE are showing.
Yeah.
But we're also looking at a character in a situation where he's living in dire peril.
Yeah.
So, from that point of perspective, then you should be seeing the ESFJ going into, or the ISFJ going into their super ego and bringing out their ESFP side. So that
might be different because this
adaptation.
Wait, what is the super? Because this is saying the super ego would be like different stuff for each one of these. So maybe it's different MBTI.
It might be. It might.
Yeah.
Be. Yeah.
Maybe they're just more different systems than I initially thought.
They might be. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think so. Let's look at Rick Grimes real quick on PDB. Rick.
Okay.
Grimes, because we can kind of see. This is for everybody watching too. Sorry, I've been disregarding y'all. I'm feeling a little sick today, but we're doing fine. I'm just kind of. But there is a comic book Rick Grimes. Obviously, if y'all want to do the research yourself, It's a good comic book. I've read some of it, but then they did the show later. So we can
the comic book I think was better.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're familiar with the comic book a little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't read a lot of it. I read like the first 3 like volume, basically up to like the prison and the governor and stuff like that. But I've watched more of the show. So this is like ISTJ.
Yeah, which is way off from either of us. So
Yeah, that one might just be weird. I don't know. Some of these are just crazy. I will be when I was like if I had to pick 2 for me, I wouldn't have gone with SEI. Because I was kind of thinking in the video when we were watching, I was thinking LSE could be there too. Obviously there'd be a huge difference between the 4D TE and the 1D there. On the I believe the Sirius axis, but the I don't know. Just again, it may be the dire peril thing, but it's just too much SE valuing and showing. It's like it's very much there with the character, so I think for him to have a higher dimensionality but not value it doesn't make much sense. And I think I don't really see any indicators that his TI would be this strong either. Again, it's just slightly below and neither value TI, but it's just this makes more sense. The NE polar, he's not really like open to he's honestly like he likes listening to people, but you can tell that he likes things to be very much just kind of like linear, and he doesn't like much variable. So that's why again I went with this one over NI polar. Again, I think that having NI kind of weaker, that makes sense. I don't think I'm disputing that either, but it's just a thing where it's I feel like he values it rather than having it unvalued and polar. But yeah, you could touch on some more things you see.
Yeah, well, that's why I said what I said before that he claims he's no longer a good person, as I was saying, because from what I saw of the character, from the straight up interaction styles, from that point of view, then I saw exactly that he was talking about what he valued, but in a negative context, which does fall in line with what I understand of the critic function, or in your case, would be the demonstrative function, right?
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that should be about good, but I really liked how we did that. So we could kind of just keep that formula and maybe just talk amongst ourselves and present to the audience something new next time, but the same. Yeah, because that was really cool. Because now I want to spend all day learning about all the stuff you were talking about that I have, the MBTI stuff. Because it's cool. I just want to find the truth about all of it and all these fascinating characters. Rick is a good one too. Maybe, I always try to tell our viewers that, you have your server it's called Psychology Land, correct?
Yep, it's Psychology Land.
Awesome, and we'll put the link down there below so you can hang out with Emailed Anthrax here. And my server is Monsoon on Discord. I'll put the link down as well. But quite frankly, it's cool that after this video, I can, he can do his thing, I can do mine thing, but we can just literally do whatever we want with this knowledge. We can watch Walking Dead and figure out more about Rick Grimes or more learn about the theory. That's why I think that's what's so cool about talking about all this stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, this is this starting to be more of an eye opener on how other people are taking the perspectives from different angles, and then
I'm newer to it too.
Eventually I'll be able to figure out and know exactly what you're thinking on this plane, which is perfect, because then we can actually bridge the gaps for other people and why we have these conclusions as per why others would have a different conclusion, so on and so forth. So this is definitely being good. This is going in a good direction, and I like it.
Yeah, very much so. But all right, well, I guess we can wrap it up. But did you want to say anything else before I close it out?
Well, the only thing I really want to say is that, for people who are out there trying to figure out this psychology, this typology, trying to build towards a better understanding, please come join Psychology Land. And for you people who are just all about Socionics and you really want to get together with some really, really decent people that I love to hang out with right now. Go head over to Monsoon, because both servers are fantastic, and you definitely got to join IP.
Yeah.
So.
And as we speak, I'm actually going on web browser, Discord, just showing everybody your server real quick. And I will show them mine as well. Yeah, so this is what we do. And again, thank you for, doing this thingy with me. And as always, I really appreciate and enjoyed the talk. So thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
Alrighty. Well, everybody else, thanks for listening in. Y'all are going to be listening to me in the future or whatever, but I will upload this very soon. And yeah, everyone, thanks for watching, and let's make sure to learn infinitely. Bye-bye.